How does law of karma work? The law of karma inputs choices and outputs circumstances. We have understood till now that depending upon your choices, you encounter circumstances in your life. As you sow, so shall you reap. It means the choices you are making are leading to circumstances. So the input to the law of karma is the choices that you are making, and the output is the circumstances. Now, a lot of people complain that they don't have a choice or they didn't have a choice in a particular moment. This is not correct. You always have a choice. Whether you choose to exercise that choice or not, but you always have options. People say कि अगर मैं ये ना करता तो मुझे मार डालते. So you had choice कि अगर तुम कुछ पॉजिटिव करो और वो तुम्हें मार देंगे और कुछ नेगेटिव करो और तुम्हें नहीं मारेंगे. So you chose that कि नेगेटिव करता हूँ और मुझे नहीं मारते हैं. But you had a choice कि तुम पॉजिटिव करते और वो तुम्हें मार देते. Isn't it? The choice was there, but you didn't exercise that. ऐसे ही लोग बोलते हैं कि अगर ये ना करता तो मेरा बहुत नुकसान हो जाता. पॉजिटिव करते तो नुकसान होता, नेगेटिव करे तो फ़ायदा हुआ. You had two choices and you chose the one जिसमें तुम्हें फ़ायदा हो रहा था. But in any case, you had a choice. Throughout life we will have choices. कई choices होंगी जो क्लियर कट होंगी, कई choices होंगी जिसमें फ़ायदा नुकसान होगा, कई choices होंगी जिसमें कुछ पता नहीं लगेगा. But we will always have a choice. कई लोग कहते हैं कि ये ना करता तो वो मुझे छोड़ के चला जाता या छोड़ के चली जाती अगर मैं उसको सच बोल देता तो. So you had a choice. एक बारी सच बोलो और शायद वो चली जाए, और यहाँ तुम झूठ बोलो ताकि रिलेशनशिप कंटिन्यू रहे. बट यू हैव अ चॉइस, एंड दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट nowhere in life will life present you only one option. You will always be presented with choice. Every moment of life you are presented with choices. You have an option to not engage, to not choose anything and just continue as is in life. But life doesn't cease to present you with opportunities, with options. Viktor Frankl says that everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms. That is, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. So the most fundamental choice that you have, that you can make in any circumstances, whether you're going to take it positively or whether you're going to take it negatively. Gurbani mein it's clear that हुक्म अंदर सबको बाहर हुक्म ना कोई. It's clear that चिंता ताकि कीजिए जो अनहोनी होए. So nothing is an unholy, nothing is a mishap, nothing is a disaster. Everything is happening according to the divine will. But you have a fundamental choice to either agree with the divine will or resist the divine will. And that is the most fundamental choice you will make every moment of your life. Whether to accept what is or to resist what is. This is the most fundamental choice, I repeat, that you will be making throughout your life. To accept what is or to resist what is. जो सर्कमस्टांसिस हैगे तुसी उहदे विच खुश हो जाओ या फिर तुसी उहदे विच दुखी रहो. Actions ਦੀ ਬਾਅਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੱਲ ਆਏਗੀ. The first thing you have to choose in every moment is your feeling, is your attitude to the given circumstance. ਭਾਈ ਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਕਰੋ. That is the most precious thing that you can do in your life. So ਸ਼ੁਕਰਾਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਨਾ if ਜੋ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਨੂੰ agreement ਹੈਗਾ. ਅਗਰ we disagree with whatever is happening, then how can we be grateful? Isn't it? What is surrender? We say that we should surrender to God. What is surrender? Surrendering means surrendering to the divine will. Accepting whatever it is. जो कुछ है परमात्मा का शुक्र है. बहुत ਵਧੀਆ है, बहुत ਵਧੀਆ है. जो कुछ है तेरा शुक्र है. बट जिवें ਅਸੀਂ सोचते हैं कि अगर इन्ने शुक्र आ जाइए तो ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ कुछ करांगे ही नहीं फिर. All our actions are based on dissatisfaction. कि सानू लगता है कि यह चीज़ चेंज करनी है तो असी करते हैं कुछ. बट सानू पता ही नहीं, सानू लगता है कि असी अगर खुश हो जाइए कि जो कुछ है वधिया है तो असी तो कुछ करना ही बंद कर देंगे. डोंट बी थिंक दैट वे, बट यू हैव टू ट्राई इट आउट. ऐसा नहीं है कि संसार रुक जाएगा अगर संसार में ग्रैटिट्यूड आ गया तो संसार चलता रहेगा, बट इन अ मच मोर हैप्पियर एंड बेनिफिशियल वे. जब तुसी ग्रैटिट्यूड विच आ जाओगे, then you will not be acting out of your dissatisfaction, then you will be acting out of your joy. फिर तुसी वो चीज़ां करोगे जिहदे तुहानू खुशी मिलती है. जिवें असीं कहंदे ना हर बंदे दी कॉलिंग होंदी है, हर बंदे दा एक पैशन होंदा है. What is that passion? What is that calling? वो कॉलिंग या पैशन वही है जो तुसी खुशी नाल नैचुरली कर रहे हो. तुहानू कोई पैसे मिल रहे हैं नहीं मिल रहे तां भी तुसी कर रहे हो. If you are getting fame out of it or not getting fame out of it, you are still doing it. What is that? That action is out of your joy. और होंदा यही है कि the action that you do out of joy that yields you the best circumstances. Roger Federer का एक quote है. So Roger Federer काफी time तो he has not been winning the finals. Someone asked him, if you are not winning, then what is the point of playing? He said, you don't understand it. I don't play to win. Winning is circumstantial. I play to enjoy the game. People just don't understand that one can play to enjoy. That is what the life is, to enjoy, not to get to particular things. Even if you achieve all the things in life, you can still be happy, isn't it? Happiness is not about the outer circumstances. It's about the inner choice that you are making, whether to accept what is or to resist what is. Now, Stephen Covey says, look at the word responsibility. The ability to choose your response. Highly proactive people recognize that responsibility. They do not blame circumstances, conditions, or conditioning for their behavior. Their behavior is a product of their own conscious choice based on values rather than a product of their condition based on feeling. Here, the feeling that he is talking about is not the attitude that Viktor Frankl is talking about, or not the way I am talking about feeling. Here, he is talking about, for example, तो अडर किसी ने बुरा किया तो नेचुरल एक रिस्पॉन्स निकलता है, दैट इज कि दोनों भी गुस्सा आ जाता है. इफ यू एक्ट आउट ऑफ एंगर एट दैट टाइम, देन इट इज रॉन्ग. You should act out of your conscious choice based on values. That is what Stephen Covey is saying. And if someone is shouting at you, what I was saying is that you accept what is. You don't resist what is. Let him shout. You remain centered in your inner peace. You choose happiness even in that moment. And then you respond. Then whatever action you take out of your own joy, and joy and love are completely interrelated. So once you act out of joy, you are also acting out of love. And once you start acting out of love and joy, your outer circumstances will change dramatically. And what you have been trying throughout your life is to change outer circumstances. But by struggling, by giving up your joy, in that case what happens is, even if the outer circumstances change, you don't get to enjoy a lot. Why? Because then you start striving for something else. And this is what happens in life throughout. You keep striving and you never arrive. The point in Gurbani, in all scriptures, in the spirituality, it's that you are always arrived. You are not seeking things out of dissatisfaction. You are seeking things out of your preferences. Just that your joy lies there. You are doing things out of your joy, not out of compulsion, not out of fear, not out of dissatisfaction with the current circumstances. Also remember that hukam is always positive. Gurbani says, Kiv sachiara hoiye, kiv kude tutte paal, hukam rajai chalana, nanak likhya naal. Hukam is always positive. It stands for grace, it stands for mercy, it stands for hope, it stands for positivity, it stands for love, it stands for joy, it stands for peace, it stands for bliss. So in any moment, if you choose a positive response, if you choose a positive attitude, if you choose a positive feeling, you are getting aligned with Hukam, isn't it? This is very important to understand. Most of the situations that you respond to out of negativity. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਡਿਸਸੈਟਿਸਫੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਸਭ ਬਕਵਾਸ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਸਮਝ ਆਏਗੀ ਸਿਰਫ ਪੂਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਵਿੱਚ। Isn't it? Why don't you do things out of love? ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰਚਾਰ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਹੈਲਪ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਸਮਝਾ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, you are doing it out of love ਕਿ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਸਭ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਅਗਰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਔਰ ਵਧੀਆ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ, ਮਜ਼ਾ ਹੀ ਆ ਜਾਏ। ਐਵੇਂ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ। We don't need to do things out of dissatisfaction. We can do things out of love, out of joy. ਲੋਕੀ ਘਬਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਰਨਾ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਅੱਛਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ, ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕੀ ਵਿਕਾਰਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਗੇ। People think this way, that if we stop fearing, we will not do good things, isn't it? People think this way. Are they correct? We need to question it. What is our true nature? Have we all come out of God or have we all come out of devil? मन तू ज्योत स्वरूप है अपना मूल पहचान. We need to recognize our origin. So if we get aligned with joy, if we stop fearing, we will not be doing negative things. This is very very important to understand. ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਡਰਨਾ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਅੱਗ 'ਚ ਹੱਥ ਪਾ ਦਾਂਗੇ, ਸਾਨੂੰ ਡਰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਅੱਗ ਤੋਂ। ਬਟ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਡਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਹੀ ਅੱਗ 'ਚ ਹੱਥ ਨਾ ਪਾਓ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਕੇ ਵੀ ਤੇ ਅੱਗ 'ਚ ਹੱਥ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਿਆਰ ਹੈਗਾ ਐਂਡ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਦੀ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਕਿ ਅੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਟੱਚ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ I'll get burned, then why would you touch it? So you don't need fear, you just need love and knowledge. That's what is needed in living a happier life. And the purpose of spirituality is to give you wisdom so that you have the wisdom and then you can apply love with it, so that love and wisdom combined will give you the right kind of life that you actually want. Now I want to talk about cribbing. Life ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਕ੍ਰਿਬ ਬੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਜੋ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਅੱਛੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਫॉर एग्जांपल ਇੱਕ ਜੌਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ 20,000 ਦੀ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਜੌਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ 22,000 ਦੀ ਮਿਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਆਈ ਹੈਵ ਟੂ ਚੂਜ਼ ਬਿਟਵੀਨ ਥੀਸ ਟੂ। ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ 60,000 ਵਾਲੀ ਜੌਬ ਦਾ ਆਪਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ। ਦ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਯੂ ਚੂਜ਼ ਅਮੰਗ ਦੈਮ ਐਂਡ ਦ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਜ਼ ਕਿ ਇਫ ਯੂ ਕੰਟੀਨਿਊ ਟੂ ਚੂਜ਼ the better among the options, the life will continue to present more and more better options. That is how life works. अगर ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਦੋ ਆਪਸ਼ਨਸ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ, ਇੱਕ ਜੌਬ 20,000 ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਇੱਕ ਜੌਬ 22 ਹੈਗੀ, ਜਾਂ ਇੱਕ 20,000 ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਇੱਕ 30,000 ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਬਟ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ 20,000 ਵਾਲੀ ਜੌਬ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗਾ, 30,000 ਵਾਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ, and if you choose 20,000 ਵਾਲੀ job, what does that tell the universe? That you prefer happiness over money. Isn't it? That you prefer your joy over money. Now इसका मतलब है कि यूनिवर्स ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ joy ਪਸੰਦ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋਏਗਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਔਰ joy ਮਿਲੇਗਾ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਿੱਚ। ਅਗਰ ਉਹ joy ਪੈਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੱਧਦਾ ਹੈ then you will get more money in life. Even though you have left money to pursue your joy, but the kind of signal that you are giving to the universe is that you prefer joy, and the universe will give you money if that increases your joy. So you don't need to run after money. ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਭੱਜਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ, just pursue your passion and the money will run behind you. That's why it is so. Because once you pursue your passion, once you tell the universe that you prefer your joy over anything else, then the universe will give you everything else that brings you more joy. Now I would like to leave you with this quote of Neil Donald Walsh. I would just like to say one thing here. Since life presents us choices all the time and you can choose only one option at a time, some people think that life is a compromise. that every time you are making a compromise. But this is just your perception. One can look at the same life and say that life is about freedom. Now you have to choose a perspective that serves you, that helps you lead a happier life. If you think life is just about compromises, does that bring you happiness? Or if you think that life means freedom, it gives you happiness. You need to choose perspectives that help you, not the perspective that harm you. Now, leaving you with this quote of Neil Donald Walsh: believe in it that you always have a choice. The point in life is to choose the best among the options and move on.